What up, everybody? It's Sinny, and this is Dark Souls 3, and we're continuing our playthrough. First LP of Dark Souls 3 on the channel. Going to go to the Untended graves and fight Champion Gundyr. So we're continuing from this bonfire. We're gonna take a left right here and go fight those bird people again. We've already done this area a little bit. We kinda got into this area and ran out of time, so I'm just gonna redo this little first part here. Kill these birds, or whatever you want to call them. The storyteller and the guru, or whatever they are. Sorry it's been so long since we've played Dark Souls 3. I really want to get through this playthrough. We don't have too much more left after this. We got this video, and then after that we could go to the dragon area, because that's what we get from this video, or in the last video we get the pose that we need to go to the dragon area and all the stuff we need for that. The path of the dragon. So we're gonna fight the ancient wyvern, or whatever it's called, the big dragon, and the king. And then after that we just have to fight the twin princes and do the archives, and I think that's it, and then the last boss. So I would say after this video, this is part 24, after this one we'll go do the dragon area. That hopefully will be done in 1 or 2 videos. It might take 2 because of the nameless king, but hopefully just one, I don't know. So we'll do that area, and then we'll go back to the castle and head the other way. Like, we went to Osiris first, and we probably should have went to the Lothar Castle and to the Twin Princes, to the archives and all that. We probably should have done that first, but we went to the Osiris way and this way first. So we have to do that still, the Twin Princes and everything. And that's the last of the ashes that we need. So after the dragon area and the Twin Princes and the archives, we're done. So I would say each of those things may take 2 videos. So it may be 3 to 5 more videos after this. But we're getting there. We're pretty close, and I'm thinking I might just do the rest of them in a row and not play any other games and just get this one done, so I can have the playlist done on my channel. Since it's been such a long process to get this first Dark Souls 3 playthrough up. But anyway, it's been a while since I put up a video fighting these dogs. It's easy just to, if you use your shield on the dogs, it's a little bit easier to fight them because they bounce off the shield pretty hard, and then you can attack and kill them. Right there by that basin is where we got the path of the dragon thing that we need for the to go to the dragon area. The pose, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I've been having good news, and a lot of good news and a lot of bad news lately. Good news is I figured out the mic, kinda. I mean, I made it a little bit better. I figured it out somewhat. I was having a static in the background on my, some of my videos. Like, most of them, like 75% of them. And, I figured out that it was the power, when I had it plugged in, when I was charging it. Which I usually would do when I recorded, just to make sure the controller wouldn't die. I'd have it plugged into the PlayStation 4. That was causing the static noise. It was just electricity from having the charger plugged in. So, like right now, I don't have it plugged in. You can probably tell a difference. It's a slight difference, but it's definitely for the better. If you go back and listen to some of my old videos, it's pretty bad, and then this one probably sounds better than that. I don't know if it sounds good necessarily, but it sounds better than that. Here's 2 of the big crystal lizards. If you are clever enough, you can pull one at a time. I think I got lucky pulling that one at a time, so we can fight them one at a time. When you kill them, you get Titanite scale, which is the material to upgrade boss weapons. Just be careful. You can kill them many different ways. You can pull them into areas to where they can't even get to you and just bow and arrow them to death. You can just straight up stun lock them pretty much with big strength weapons. You just dodge around them like I'm gonna do here. They're not too bad. I mean, they can kill you, so you gotta be careful, but they're not too bad. Wow, sorry. So yeah, the mic is one bit of good news. I mean, it's a slight improvement. Instead of having the static from the power cord, electricity noise. That's a good thing. I guess bad news, no Dark Souls remastered yet. I think I have a plan to get it, though. I said I would play it by the end of September. I don't know. I may have to back down on that. It might be October. But I think I have a plan to get that. And it shouldn't be such a big ordeal. I mean, it's not like it's super expensive or anything. I'm been having some bad luck lately, IRL, so it's pretty bad times right now. So, but I have a plan to get it, and I think I'll have it. I mean, we'll get this playthrough done. We may have to play Bloodborne next, and then remastered will be by the end of the year. It's gotta be, but it may be sooner. So, what else was I gonna talk about? Oh, another piece of good news. So, good news, bad news, good news. Good news, I got a computer finally, so I have a pretty good laptop now. So, all my excuses about the YouTube channel, not being able to fully commit to the channel because I don't have a PC. I do have a PC now. I just got it though, so it may take a little while for the upgrades to kick in to the channel, you know, like annotations and all that crap, maybe better thumbnails, maybe a camera eventually, so you can watch my little head in the corner like everybody else. I don't mind showing my face. I'm not some ugly monstrosity or anything. I just haven't got around to it yet, and I don't think it's that big of a deal, so it's not like something I'm dying to do. I know it will help my channel though if I do show my face and like so you can see my reactions to as I play or whatnot. So I'll probably do that maybe eventually. It just depends what happens here in the next month or two IRL as far as that goes. So remember, these guys, you just want to like charge and kill as soon as possible. Don't play defense, play offense. So that's that whole area. You get a couple chunks. You get the Path of the Dragon. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Pose. I keep calling them poses. Emotes, whatever they are. We get a lot of chunks here. You get a lot of upgrade materials. You should have. That's what I just did. I checked my weapon. I have a +7. I should have probably a +9 by now. I got the materials. And I have a ton of souls there. We should go to Firelink Shrine, but I was trying to hurry through this area since we've already been up to this point right here. So we're finally heading into new territory now. Like last time I had to quit because we were getting to the hour mark, and I didn't want to like hit the hour mark in the middle of the Gundyr fight and have to quit right in the middle of a boss fight. So that's why I quit where we did last time. So but now we're heading into fresh new territory here. This is just a repeat of the first area of the game. It's just a little bit different. It's the Untended Graves. There's no bonfire right here. There's no item on top of that casket, but there's one behind it. There was an NPC that popped up the first time right around here, and we killed them. And we're about to fight the boss here shortly. So back to my good news, bad news type deal I was talking about, and the channel news and everything. So yeah, I got a laptop. So that's good news. Other bad news is just real life is just kicking my ass right now. I'm in a pretty bad spot as far as financial and just IRL is being a bitch lately, and I've just had a lot of bad luck. Nothing like as far as health. Like I have been sick for like 2 weeks. It's just a cold that's like hanging around, one of those colds that just is sticky and just hangs around, and like I think it's a combination of like some other things, and I don't know. It's just been a lot of changes, and trying to figure stuff out, and just being sick and all that, and I got to figure out some stuff financially, and I got to figure out some stuff as far as where I'm living, and as far as just a lot of stuff, family and all that. It's just bad luck right now. Just wish me luck and pray for me, or whatever you do. If you can, leave a like, sub, just to help me out. I don't know how much longer, how many more videos I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm planning on just continuing as I've been doing, but if the channel abruptly pauses for a while, that it may be the real life thing that I'm talking about. So we could maybe have no videos for a few months coming up here in about a couple weeks. So I'm gonna try to put out the rest of the Dark Souls 3 videos before that happens, or doesn't happen. I don't know yet. But yeah, just pray for me, wish me luck, leave a like, subscribe would be the best thing you can do if you want to raise my spirits and cheer me up. But yeah, hopefully everything goes good and it's all for the best. But yeah, worst case scenario, I would say videos may stop for a few months and about 2 weeks. Best case, they don't stop and I just keep putting out videos every week. So I don't know yet on that, but just wanted to let you know IRL has been bad luck lately. Let's summon Swordmaster for this fight just to make it more interesting. I was gonna just do it on my own, but I figured if he's there, you might as well use him. Summoning an NPC does make their health bar bigger, but they they're a good distraction. They do a little bit of damage, but they're really a good distraction for you to get your damage in. If I cough, I'm sorry, I'm sick, but so that's why there hasn't been a video in a while. I did a couple like right after all the shit went down IRL, and they didn't do so well, so I kind of got even more discouraged and depressed and whatnot, so I didn't do anything for a couple weeks. But I really want to get Dark Souls 3 done, so I'm probably going to do a string of 4 or 5 Dark Souls 3 videos in a row, and then after that we'll go back to something else, whether it's Gems of War, Neverwinter, Dark Souls 2, probably Bloodborne, definitely coming up after I'm done with Dark Souls 3. But here's Champion Gundyr, kneeled down with some candles. The difference in this fight from the first one, the Udix Gundyr fight, is he's not tainted by the abyss, I guess, because he doesn't turn into the big monstrosity. He just stays like this the whole time. He's just the Champion Gundyr, I guess, when he wasn't tainted by the abyss. I'm not sure. But he does have a lot of big sweeping moves that he chains together, and he will grab you. He does a little shoulder check, a kick. He's pretty hard if you aren't down with the like double, triple roll and type of defense. But that's one thing you learn on Dark Souls 3, and even somewhat in Dark Souls 2. Back in the day on Dark Souls 1, like it was always one roll and then retaliate, and then one roll and then retaliate. Starting in Dark Souls 2, you would have to roll like 2 or 3 times in a row, and then you find your little gap to attack. It wasn't so bad in 2, but it started there, and then in 3 it got really bad to where bosses and enemies are chaining together like attacks to where you're thinking, do they even have a stamina bar? And here I get grabbed, almost killed, almost flung off the cliff. He almost pins me into the earth there. I get my heal on. He's back on Swordmaster. He's trying his best with his dear little heart. He's trying so hard, but he's dead now. He killed Swordmaster there. So it's just us versus Champion Gundyr now. Got grabbed again. Luckily I have almost full health. Stabs me through with his glaive, or his whatever you want to call it, halberd. and then slams me down on the ground and tries to pounce on me. Chug some Estus. We're doing pretty good here. We have some pine resin. Dodging. We got a decent amount of Estus left. We're doing good damage. But yeah, it went to these chain together attacks that were like, they didn't even have stamina. They could just go and go and go and chain together 4, 5, 6 strong attacks. So what you have to do is you have to dodge 3 to 4 to 5 times in a row and then attack. It just takes more patience, more dodging. Like as the series went along, people started to complain about the chain attacks and how there was no way you can dodge that, no way you can block that, no way you can... How are you supposed to deal with this? But what you do is you just assume they're gonna do 2, 3 to 4 attacks and you dodge all of them and then you attack in your opening. Like that, and he's dead. So yeah, that's how you deal with the chain attacks. I mean, you can't... In Dark Souls 1, it was more viable to use like a shield and block and then retaliate, and then block and retaliate, or dodge once and then retaliate, dodge once, then retaliate. But as the series went along, they implemented more chain attacks, and people started complaining. Black Knight Glaive. That's the Black Knight halberd. So yeah, you just have to assume they're gonna do 2, 3, 4 attacks in a row and dodge that many times, at least 2 times, 3 times, to where you're out of the way, and then go in for an attack, and then it's different windows of opportunity you gotta deal with, especially in Dark Souls 3 when there's so many chain attacks. You just have to deal with the enemy patterns differently than you would in Dark Souls 1. This little area is the lead up to Firelink Shrine, but this is the Untended Graves version. I'm just looking around a little bit here. Still have our weapon we've been using the whole time, the... whatever they call it, twin blades. We're going to use them the whole time. Like I said, I want to do a playthrough with them just because everybody said they were good. I needed to try them out. I really wanted to try to use... We're going to get the Chaos Blade here shortly. I've always wanted to try to use that in a playthrough. Or a washing pole. I've never really used katanas before. I know that's like probably surprising because a lot of people do use katanas. But I've been more of a strength or like a pokey sword, like a rapier, a dagger, S-stock type weapon. Mostly two-handed greatsword. I can't even remember, like, my first Dark Souls 1 playthrough what I used. Quaelag's Fury Sword. Ricard's Rapier. Two-handed greatsword. Great Club. Stuff like that. Big two-hand strength weapons, or like rapiers, or Fury Sword. Those kind of weapons. But yeah, there's Black Knights here now, so watch out. All different kinds, but the good thing about that is you can get their armor, their weapons, not guaranteed, but there's 3 or 4 of them here, and I'm sure you can get at least a few pieces, at least 1 or 2 pieces off of them. Hit him right in the head with the first shot, and then I missed like 2 or 3 in a row. I went right through his legs. One good thing to get off these guys is the Black Knight shield. It's pretty damn good. It's one of the best shields in the game. The only problem with it is how heavy it is. Other than that, it upgrades with twinkling, I think, is the other, like, not great thing about it, but that axe is crazy. I need to use the axe one time, too. I'm gonna do, like, way more than just one playthrough of this game. Black Knight Helm. But I really need to get this one done. That's just the... like, it's been so long. I don't even remember when I started. This is part... what'd I say? Part 24? So 24... around an hour long each. Some shorter, some longer. Spaced out like 1 a month. So I've been playing this freaking same playthrough for probably at least a year. So I need to just get it done with so we can have it on the channel. I've got plenty of Dark Souls 2 playthroughs finished on the channel. I did all the bosses, including the DLC. I did a Company of Champions playthrough. I did a speed run, and then I did another speed run, and then I tried to do a no death run, and I failed. But yeah, I got like at least 4 complete playthroughs of Dark Souls 2 on the channel. 4 or 5. But as far as Dark Souls 3, I need to get the first one done so we can try some other stuff, whether it's 100% completion or New Game Plus or just a different weapon, some kind of cosplay, Fashion Souls type thing, just a gimmick playthrough. What else could we do? Like a no death run or a speed run. I don't know the speed run yet for Dark Souls 3, but I could learn it. I'm kind of focusing on Dark Souls 2 as far as speedruns go, though. So if anything for Dark Souls 3, I would probably next do just like New Game Plus with some different weapon or magic or something. Probably. Maybe try a no death run, something like that. That'd probably be my next thing for this game. But most likely I'm going to play either Bloodborne or Dark Souls Remastered next. And then eventually we'll come back to this game. Still looking around here, trying to find all the Black Knights, all the loot. We need to get all those chunks to get. We got +7 twin blades right now. I feel like we should have +10, so I'm making sure I find all the chunks, kill all the Black Knights, get all of our goodies before we head into the Firelink Shrine. And I was trying to remember here, like, what is the point of this area after you kill Gundyr and get the Path of the Dragon? And I think it has to do with one of the endings. So there's 3 endings to this game, and I'm no expert on this. I think I have gotten all 3 of them before, but I'm still, like, it's been so long that I can't even remember. I've got at least 2 of them, because I think this is my 3rd playthrough of the game. First on the channel. I think this Black Knight falls off the cliff, too, because I can never find him again. He was just right behind us. Sorry, I'm sick. Fucking cough. Can't get rid of this freaking cough. Anyway, there's a Black Knight behind us on those steps, and then he started to chase us. And then he stopped chasing us, and then he was just gone. And I actually look around a little bit, and I can't find him, so I think he fell off the cliff. But I didn't watch my soul, so I'm not sure. I think he did, though. I think he's died. So what was I talking about? Anyway. Yeah, so we'll get this thing done before my maybe hiatus in a couple weeks. If that happens, it's not like it's gonna be the end of the channel or anything. Well, I'll definitely pick it back up, and I don't even think it's gonna happen, but I'm just preparing everybody. Like, I've had these YouTubers I like, and I start watching them and everything, and then all of a sudden they stop making videos and they're gone forever, and usually they say something in their last video. I just want to make sure I say something, like, in case. So, but in here it looks like Firelink Shrine, but there's no bonfire, but there's a coiled sword fragment. And I haven't been reading every thing we've picked up. We have picked up some good stuff here because I was trying to go a little bit quicker. But I do read some of it at the end. One thing that I forget to read is the Hornet Ring that we picked up. The Hornet Ring is the critical attack ring, so it just makes your like backstabs hit way harder. I'm sure you all know what the Hornet Ring is, but I forget to read that one, and that's what it does. So your riposts and your backstabs will hit way harder, your critical attacks, if you wear that ring. Try not to cough. Okay, so here is the handmaid, the vendor. She has a little bit different stuff here.
Like the poor girl.
Probably just talked when she was talking. That
To
probably
skirt
isn't good.
cursed Harry not, 'tis dark fun. Or perhaps like the
Guess she's talking about Henri or the cleric chick. I'm not sure which one. But right here she has the Wolf Knight armor, the Abyss armor, the Artorias armor. Really cool armor. Definitely worth buying. Cool to wear. I think I even put it on at the end of this video. Then she has a Priestess ring, which you don't have to buy. You can actually kill her, and she gives it to you. She drops it. And there's no reason for her to stay alive, really. I found that out after I recorded this. Here's where Andre would be. There's a blacksmith hammer where he would be. And I've explored this area because I couldn't really remember what was up with this. And like, I think it's for one of the endings. That's what I was talking about earlier. There's 3 endings. One of them has to do with completing the ritual with Henri. One has to do with these eyes right here. Eyes of a firekeeper. Which is through that illusory wall I just showed you. So, those eyes you need for one of the endings. That's all I know. One of the endings has to do with Henri's ritual. You have to like complete the whole quest line. I don't know if it's the same ending, but there's also an ending where you use the eyes with the firekeeper chick. I don't know. We're just gonna beat, like I said, we have no objective in this playthrough, this first playthrough. We're just gonna beat the game. I've even contemplated not going through the dragon area and just going to the Twin Princes and the Grand Archives and beating the game and getting it done. But I think since we already did this right here, this video we're doing right now, since we already got the Path of the Dragon, we might as well go see the dragon area, or else all this was for nothing. So instead of like rushing, we're gonna half-ass rush. We're still gonna go through the dragon area. We're just gonna do it quickly. We'll fight the Nameless King. If he gives us a lot of trouble, we might not even beat him. We might just skip him. But I'm gonna give it a hell of a try because he's one of my favorite fights in the whole series. Nobody here, no ashes here, just blank thrones. We got the eyes, we got the coiled sword, we got some cool stuff, we got the Wolf Knight armor, we got Hornet Ring, Black Knight Glaive, Chaos Blade, all kinds of cool stuff from this area, some Black Knight stuff, a lot of chunks, some Titanite scales, there's nothing up here. So we got some cool stuff here. I just thought there was something else to do here, and I couldn't figure it out, but I don't think there is. So up here is where Patches would be. But he's not. So let's head over to the tower and the tree. See if we can get a seed of the giant. Peeking over there, seeing if that treasure is there. There's no treasure. Seed of the giant. Alright, we got one. Cool. So that is like if somebody invades you, you crush that seed and it makes the enemies fight the invader also. So it's pretty good. As soon as somebody invades you, crush that seed and they have to fight everything you have to fight. Like evens the odds even more. The odds are already in your favor. There's no ladder here and no way to get up here onto the roof. But if you know the trick, if you can do the jump, you can get up here. Takes me a few tries, but I get it. And I explore up on the roof. There's really, as you'll see, there's really nothing to do up there. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Believe it or not, I do get up there here soon. Probably on this try. There we go. You just have to like run up the tree a little bit. Make sure you're up on the tree a little bit, and then jump back towards the roof, and you'll do it. So, yeah, I couldn't find anything up here. There's nothing. So it's pretty much just a waste of time, but it was worth looking. I mean, if you can jump up here, I don't get why they should have put something up here, I feel. Like for the people that can jump off the tree, they should have put something up here like, I don't know. They should have put like a +2 covetous silver serpent ring or something. That'd have been sweet. Or just a titanite slab or a chunk or 3. That'd have been cool. Anyway, I'm starting to realize there's not much else to do here, and I'm wondering what the hell else I'm gonna do. Yorm, we have already beat him. The only ashes we need is the twin princes. And then we're done. But we do have to do the little side dragon area. The Nameless King and the big dragon. Since I've already done this, I've already got the Path of the Dragon, I've already went through all this trouble, I might as well go to the dragon area and get some upgrade materials and make sure I'm +10. Make sure I'm all beefed up for the twin princes and the last boss. Kind of like leveling up and grinding a little bit. Making myself stronger for the rest of the game and the last 2 bosses. That's what going through the dragon area is going to do for us. So we'll have to head back to like the dancer area, and instead of going towards Osiris, we'll go towards like the dragons that breathe fire on that bridge, and the winged knights, and the archives, and eventually the dragon slayer armor, and the twin princes. Here's the coiled sword fragment. It's like a homeward bone. Fragment of the coiled sword of a bonfire which served its purpose long ago. Returns caster to last bonfire used for resting, or to the bonfire in Firelink Shrine. Can be used repeatedly. Bonfires are linked to one another irreversibly, retaining their affinity long after their purpose is exhausted. So it's like the feather in Dark Souls 2. Just let you do homeward bone type shit over and over. What else did we get here on this part? Champion Gundyr. Soul of Champion Gundyr, one of the twisted souls steeped in strength, used to acquire many souls, yada yada yada. What else did we get? I'm just gonna read everything now at the end of the playthrough here. I was not going to, but then I had like 5 minutes left, and I decided to do it at the end. So no more action after this. We're just going to read stuff. A pair of dark eyes, said to be the eyes of the first firekeeper, and the light that was lost by all firekeepers to come. It reveals to the sightless firekeepers things that they should never see. Eyes of a firekeeper. So I think you give those either to the firekeeper or to the cleric chick. I can't remember. We'll do it. I think the firekeeper. What else did we get? Black Knight Glaive. Glaive of the Black Knights who wandered the lands, used to face chaos demons. The unique attack of the glaive greatly reduces enemy poise, reflecting the tremendous size of the enemies that the knights have fearlessly faced. Does a spin sweep. Large spinning motion. Overhead strong attack smash. Starting to lose my voice, man. It's damn cold. Yeah, so it's been a combination of just being sick for a while with mucusy, shitty, sticky sickness, and just the real life bad luck I've had. I don't even want to really say exactly what happened, but Chaos Blade, a cursed sword of unknown origin bearing uncanny streaks on its blade. Attacks also damage its wielder. The sword is not unlike a thing misshapen, granted life, but never welcome in this world. In other words, chaos itself. Skill is hold. Assuming a holding stance to rapidly execute a lunging slash with normal attack, or a deflecting parry with strong attack. So yeah, in real life, bad luck. Pretty much I lost my job, so there it is, out in the open. Blacksmith hammer. Metal hammer passed down amongst blacksmiths of the shrine, serves as a strike weapon, but also excels at reducing poise and breaking the guard of a shield. Of course, a hammer's true potential is realized in the hands of a blacksmith. Skill is perseverance. Assuming an unfaltering stance of prayer, temporarily boost poise or damage reduced while activated. So you'd think I'd have more time to stream, but it's just been like depressing, and I've been sick and just having to look for work, and trying to start my own business actually, but it's, it's pretty, it takes a while, and I don't know if it's going to happen in time to be a real thing. Black Knight Helm, armor of the Black Knights who roam the lands. The knights served the first Lord Gwyn and followed him into the flame upon its linking. They became ash, but still wandered the realms to this day. And it's not this, it's not YouTube, it's not streaming. I mean, I wish I could do that, but I'm more realistic than that. It's something else. It's something else online that I'm trying, like a business I want to start. Something totally different than this. I mean, I'd love to do this, but Wolf Knight Helm, helm of a knight tainted by the dark of the abyss. The twilight blue tassel is damp and will ever remain so. A vanquished knight left behind only wolf's blood and his legacy of duty. The undead legion of Farron was formed to bear his torch, and the armor of these abyss watchers suggests their own eventual end. So yeah, it's been hard the last couple weeks. Black Knight armor of the Black Knights who roam the lands. The knights served the first Lord Gwyn and followed him into the flame upon slinking. They became ash, but still wander the realms to this day. Trying to start my own business, like I really want that to work and happen, and probably would give me more time to do this kind of stuff. Armor of a knight tainted by the dark of the abyss. The twilight blue cape is damp and will ever remain so. A vanquished knight left behind only wolf's blood and his legacy of duty. The undead legion of Farron was formed to bear its torch, and the armor of these abyss watchers suggests their own eventual end. It kind of says the same thing, huh? A little bit different in the beginning, and then it says kind of the same shit. Wolf Knight gauntlets. Gauntlets of a knight tainted by the dark of the abyss, and then it says the same shit. So yeah, I mean, pray for me if you pray. Wish me good luck if you don't pray. Subscribe if you haven't. Like if you have. Share and tell a friend, please, if you want to help raise my mood and reverse my terrible bad luck. And, hopefully not pile on. I've had a couple good days here lately, and a little bit of good luck, but it's very few and far between. Armor of the Black Knights who roam the lands. The knights served the first Lord Gwyn and followed him into the flame upon his linking. They became ash, but still something. Wolf Knight leggings of night tainted by the dark of the abyss. Same shit again. But that's some badass armor. I think we're gonna put it on. That Artorias shit. Pretty badass. Yeah, I'd love to do like my business, and then in my free time stream a little bit more, do more videos. It's just starting so slow. I've been doing it for a year plus some, and I thought I would be a little further than this. I mean, I could have probably done more, put in more effort, got a computer a little sooner, got a better mic sooner, maybe did a camera by now. But with 150 subscribers, I'm not even at 150 yet, I'm like super close. I thought I'd be around 500 by now at least, and it's just not there yet. So this is not even in the realm of possibility right now as something I could do. So I'd love it to be there one day, but I would really need pretty much every person that watches my shit to subscribe for that to happen at this moment, since I don't have any way to be compensated. I don't have Patreon. I don't get monetized since I'm so small. There's literally nothing. I get no money for this. So it's all just me and my hobby and me doing it for myself and you guys. So just subscribe is the best thing you can do. If you want to help me out, subscribe. Here's the Wolf Knight armor. If you've never seen it before, here it is. We're going to wear that from now on, probably. But yeah, if you want to help me out, reverse my bad luck, pray for me, wish me good luck, and subscribe. Mostly subscribe. That's all you can do right now. If you've already subscribed, just leave a like. Tell somebody else to watch and subscribe, and that'd be great. So I appreciate all y'all, and hopefully there's more after this. We're going to try to finish Dark Souls 3. Peace!